Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Manning Field for Greater Boston League Football. Lynn English, we're underway. We apologize. We had a couple of technical difficulties. English ran the ball to the 35 on the kick. A bad snap moved the ball all the way back to the 15-yard line. They got it back. They got the 20 yards they lost. So it'll be 3rd and 10 from the 35. They fake the pitch. They run it to the other side. They're awful close. They're going to give them the 45 for a first down. Javin Simon. They gave him an extra yard. So they overcome the bad snap. They lose 20, they pick up 30, and they get a first down. They'll have it at the 45-yard line. Double wideouts to either side. Motion coming to the near side. They run it straight ahead. Castro with the carry. Gets to the Chelsea 45. They pick up 10 more. So after that bad snap, they pick up 40 on the ground. Back-to-back first downs. They have it at the 45-yard line. One of the few times there's only one game here at Manning Field. And they blow the whistle. It's going to be illegal procedure against English. He'll move it to midfield. Can we get that? So 1st and 15 from midfield. Motion. They fake it. Castro keeps it. Gets loose down the sideline. He broke a couple of tackles. Nice run. Still on his feet. Inside the 20. He looked like he was stopped 3 or 4 times. They're going to put it down at the 20. So he picked up 30. So 1st and 10 from the 20. Opening drive of the ball game. Greater Boston League Football. Both teams looking for their first win. Motion again. Castro with the keep. Off the right side, staying on his feet. He's going to be about a half a yard shy unless they give him the 10-yard line. Castro's only a sophomore. They give him the 11 for 9 yards. 2nd and 1 from the 11. Steady diet of Castro. Bounces it to the outside, looking for the end zone. I think they're calling They give him a touchdown. "65 yards in 7 plays. They had to go actually 85 yards. Actually 90 yards because they had a 20-yard loss and a 5-yard penalty. They'll go for 2. Rolling, looking to throw, wide open. Wallace with the catch. And it's 8-0. English will kick it off. They used up just about 4.5 minutes off the clock. And Chelsea will see what they can do. They fall on it at about the 23-yard line. And that's what Chelsea will put it in play. They put it down. Well, they gave him a couple extra yards. He wasn't even close to the 25, and that's where they put it. He fell on around the 22-yard line, and they put it at the 25. So it's 1st and 10 from there. Wideouts to either side. Trying to come to the near side. Wrapped up, knocked back to the 20-yard line. So they lost 5. 2nd and 15 from their 20-yard line. Davis is the quarterback. They hand it off. Not going very far. They picked up 2. That was Mendez with the carry. So it's going to be 3rd and 13. And when they snap the ball, we'll be halfway through this first period. It's unusual to see English in all black uniforms. It's usually red and gray, maroon and gray. They snap it. He tried a little reverse. He's got to run a long way to get back to the line of scrimmage. Castro with the hit. Wassame with the carry. They gave him a yard. Chelsea will have to kick it away. So without a run back, it should be decent position. With a run back, they could get great position. Kick is away. They get away from it. Takes a little bit of a Chelsea bounce. Now it rolls back for English. He'll be down right about at midfield. So English will have good field position to start their second drive. Right at midfield, leading 8-0. The pitch coming to the near side, bouncing off a couple of tackles. Going to wind up picking up a couple. Jonathan Andrades. So they picked up 3. They fake the pitch, they hand it off, they're going to get buried in the backfield. Simon. They lose back to the English 49. So it'll be 3rd and 11 with the 4-yard loss. Again, double wideouts to either side. Castro takes off with it, cuts it up inside, back to the outside. He's got room. He's got a whole first down and a lot more as he gets knocked out of bounds. Good job by Castro. Let's see what the flag is about. It's back, so it's probably going to be against English. Made a great run. Cut it up inside, broke it back to the outside. It's an illegal block against English. From the point of foul, they penalize him back to the 40. So they need 10 to get back to the original line of scrimmage. So they need 20 on 3rd down. Rolling, looking to throw, dumps it off. Caught, dropped. And English will kick it away. So that penalty really hurt. They would have had the ball down around the 30-yard line, 1st and 10. Instead, now they're going to be kicking it from their own end. Takes a pretty good English bounce. They let it go. Inside, all the way down to the 22-yard line. Chelsea will have it for the second time with just over 3 minutes left in this first period. Greater Boston League football. Both teams looking for their first win. English got off to a nice start, going 65 yards in 7 plays. And we're going to get a timeout. .312 showing on the clock. It was here very early. It originally scheduled a doubleheader with Tech playing the first game and English playing the second game, which had started a little bit later. And then Tech moved their game to away, and English moved their game up. Some people thought it was 6, some people thought it was 6:30. So there were people coming here at all different times. So the English breaks out of the timeout. Chelsea does also. That'll be 1st and 10 from the 22. They started the last drive at the 25 and wound up minus yards. Davis is the quarterback. They go to a deep. They have to snap the ball almost 10 yards back. Question now, talking to one of the English coaches. I think we're finally going to get back to football. They have to run 5 or 6 yards just to get back to the line of scrimmage. And they don't get there. They lost 2 yards. That was Mendez. Again, they're deep in the backfield. Takes them a while just to get to the line of scrimmage. The handoff again. They just about got back to the line of scrimmage at the 20-yard line. Arias with the carry. No gain on the play. It'll be 3rd and 12 from the 20-yard line. wide outs right and left as they go back in that deep. And now I think Chelsea move is going to cost them 5. So now it's going to be 3rd and 17. Rolling to the far side, looking to throw. Picked off at the 22-yard line. Simon picked it off. So they're going to get outstanding field position for their 3rd drive with under a minute left. He stepped right in front of that. And he takes it down. Wait and see where they put the ball. They put it at the 12. So 1st and 10 from the 12. Motion to the far side. Castro straight ahead. Cuts it back to the outside. It's a foot race. Shake and bake. He gets in for the touchdown. So it took him one play. So they rushed for 71 yards. .37 seconds left. They up the lead to 14. They're looking for 16 with a 2-point conversion. Motion. Castro again to the right side. And he's going to walk in again. He's having a field day. English grabs a 16-0 lead. So a big first period. That second touchdown set up by Javin Simon's interception and return to the 12. I think it's Andrew Evangelista will kick it off. This is a fairly young English team. The new head coach, Anthony LaFrada. English gets to kick it off again. Picked up and dropped. And a pretty good return. They get decent field position for a change. I think they're going to put it right down at the 40-yard line. Chelsea, they started at the 25 and the 22. Now they get a little bit of position at their 40-yard line. With 29 ticks left on the clock in this big first period for English. Again, the quarterback is deep. They're over 5 yards behind it. Again, if they run it, they got to run at least 5 yards to get back to the line of scrimmage. Taking off and run with it. And if he was lucky, he got a yard. So that should do it for the first period. A big one for English. They had the ball twice. They scored twice. Last time was after the interception by Simon. So the young sophomore, Edwin Castro, running wild here in the first period. He's got 2 touchdowns. Ran for a conversion, passed for a conversion. English with 71 yards rushing and 5 first downs. Chelsea winds up with minus a yard and no first downs. And they'll have it 2nd and 9 from their own 41. Hopefully we'll see the band at halftime. We missed them prior to the game with the national anthem because we had a few technical difficulties that we had to get out of the way before we finally came up. Thanks to outstanding work by Miss Afton Dean, who is now a vice principal at Revere. Congratulations to her. She taught the video class at Classical for quite a while. She's in the Classical Hall of Fame. She did a great job getting here. And the problem was because of the change in the times of the games. As we said, this game was supposed to be 7:30. Tech was supposed to play the first game, but then they changed everything. This game wound up at 6:30. Tech wound up on the road. They sent 3 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side, and there's a flag on the play. And it's against Chelsea. I think they had 12 players on the field. They put it to 36. The way they're walking, I thought they were going to put it further back. Now against Chelsea again. Auspicious start to the second period. It'll be 2nd down and 19. So they started this at their 40-yard line. They've now backed themselves up to their 31. They gained a yard and had 2 5-yard penalties. Again, 3 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side. Looking to throw. They let it fly. Was it caught? Was it intercepted? Everybody had a shot at it. It was caught. Mendez with the catch. He went up, took it away from the defender. At the English 45. 24 yards and a first down. Their first down of the game. So they needed a big down for a first down, and they got it. They're not going to run. The ball went to the ground. Davis recovered at the 50-yard line. So they lost 5. Early moments of the second period. Greater Boston League football. Lynn English, Chelsea. Chelsea looking for their first win. Head coach for Chelsea is Michael Jackson. I think he has Lynn roots. Davis takes off, breaks a couple of tackles, gets to the 45-yard line. So he picked up 5. He gets the 5 back they lost. It'll be 3rd and 10. A nice night here. It was warm. It was up high 70s, almost 80 today during the day. Bright sunshine, bright blue sky, light clouds. It's cooled a little bit, but not a lot. Davis lets it fly. Had it, couldn't hold on. Diaz was the intended receiver. It's going to be 4th down and 10. Yeah, it looks like they might be going for it. Now it looks like they may be going to kick it away. They're lining up like they might be going to go for it. They hustle out their 11th player. So one play they had 12. This one they were going to start with 10. Kick is away. It's a good one. Takes a good bounce for Chelsea. Down around the 7-yard line. So Eagles will have a lot of room, a lot of territory to cover. I don't know if we had a player down. They're coming over to the sideline. The trainer came running over. It's blocked by the English bench, so I can't really tell. They're working on somebody down on the field right around the 30-yard line. I didn't see the kick was away. There was no blocking or tackling. There was just letting it bounce and roll, so I don't know where that came from. One tick over 9 minutes left in this second period. English scored on 2 of their 3 possessions. One, they had to go 65 yards, overcoming a bad snap for a 20-yard loss and a 5-yard penalty. And the second one, they only had to go a short 12 yards on one play after Javin Simon picked off a pass, and then Castro ran his second one in. And the Chelsea player was getting helped off the field. Looks like the left leg or ankle. And he's kind of hopping along. Let's hope he's going to be all right. That's really strange because there shouldn't have been any blocking or tackling because they just let the ball roll and everybody watched the ball roll. And all of a sudden, over on the English sideline, there was a player down and out. So 1st and 10 from the 7-yard line. Castro and Simon in the backfield. Double wideouts to either side. They're waiting for the player to hipping and hopping. Finally getting off the field with help. So we're back to football. And again, we hope the young man is going to be okay. I didn't get his number. Motion, they fake it. Castro in a little bit of trouble. He runs away from it. Staying on his feet. Gets to the sideline and runs out of bounds across the 20. So he gets another first down. Out, it looks like they're going to put it at the 23. He picked up 16 more. Oh, he's running crazy. He's only a sophomore. So they get at least out of the shadow of their own goalpost. Hit and dropped in the backfield. Andres. Lost back to the 19. He lost 4. It'll be 2nd down and 14. Motion again. They fake it. Castro keeps it. Trying to bounce. There's a flag on the play. I don't know if that might be holding against English. They might refuse this. Are they marking off from the 17-yard line? If it's about a 3-yard loss, it would be 3rd and very long. Chelsea might refuse this. And they do refuse it. So they put it at the 19 for no gain. It'll be 3rd and 14. Castro takes off, and he's going to lose yardage. They put it at the 18. He lost a yard. So they'll kick it away. Short kick. Takes a little bit of an English bounce, but Chelsea's going to get very good field position at the English 46. So just kind of nubbed it. Luckily for English, took a little bit of a bounce, but only out to the 46. So Chelsea will have it at the English 46-yard line. It's been the Edwin Castro show here in this first half, along with Simon with the interception and set up a touchdown. But Castro has scored 2, rush for a conversion and pass for a conversion. And he's picked up some yardage. And they snap it, but illegal procedure. That's going to push it back to the Chelsea side of 50-yard line. To the 49. So this second period, Chelsea's piling up some yardage, but they're penalty yardage. And we're going to get a timeout for Chelsea. 6:46 left in this first half. English leading at 16-0. We told you both teams looking for their first win. The other teams are playing. I don't know how they're doing because they're on the road, but congratulations to Brian Vaughan and Lynn Glasgow. They won at Malden last night. They were supposed to play tonight. They moved it to last night, and they had another win. They go to 3-1. Brian Vaughan will be part of the English Hall of Fame that's coming up on this Wednesday night at Spinelli's. Great crowd of English former athletes, male and female, going into the Hall of Fame. Along with an outstanding swimming team. So 1st and 15 from their own 49. They're a little bit closer to the center now. Davis taking off, trying to turn the corner. Stays on his feet, still on his feet. Nice job by the quarterback. He went wide, cut it up inside, ducked his head, just kept going. Kept the legs going. He got to the English 40-yard line for an 11-yard gain. So it'll be 2nd and 4. Chelsea would like to get at least on the board, cut into that lead. They get the ball to start the second half. English would like to keep it a 2-score game at least going into the second half. 3 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side. Running it to the near side, hit, knocked forward. Looks like he's got a first down. Arias with the carry. They gave him the 36. He needed 4. He got 4. The second first down here in this first half. So they have it 1st and 10. Now they put it at the 35. So he picked up 5. 5 minutes and counting left in this first half. Chelsea on the move, wideouts right and left. They fake the pitch. Davis keeps, gets around the corner. He picked up about 5. I said Davis. It was Mendez with a direct snap. So it'll be 2nd and 5. Clock has stopped. He got knocked out of bounds. Right at the blue line, which is now the 30-yard line. They run it straight ahead, staying on his feet inside the 25. Arias with the carry. And we get another timeout. Ball's at the 22. He picked up 8. Chelsea gets another first down. 4:31 left as Chelsea's trying to eat into that 16-0 lead the Bulldogs have. And they've gone away from Davis, the quarterback, and put a couple of running backs back there. Herman, Esquivel, Mendez is now taking the direct snap and either handing it off or taking off himself, along with Arias, Jadiel Arias. So what looked like it might be a late night here at Manning Field with a doubleheader, with Tech playing on the road and English moving their game up. Everybody will get home at a decent time. We're in the second half of this GBL battle. Both teams looking for their first win. 4:31 left. English leading at 16-0. Chelsea trying to eat into it. They've got a 1st and 10 at the English 22. And we mentioned they get the ball to start the second half. Rolling, keeping, off the right side, down near the, right around the 11-yard line. That's Mendez again. That's going to be another first down. And I take it back. It won't be a first down. Here's another one of those yellow flags against Chelsea. It's a big one back to the 30-yard line. Turns out to be an 8-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. So it'll be 1st and 18. Three wideouts to the far side, one to the near side. Mendez takes off and runs with it, gets hit. Lionel Rivera with the hit after a short gain. Only picked up a yard. So 2nd and 17. Under 3 minutes when they snap the ball. And the clock is moving. I don't know what happened to Davis. He ran the ball pretty well in that couple of times in that first period. I know he was not the one that was carried off because that was a lineman. And we got a whistle. And we're going to get another timeout. So they had a first down at the 22. They looked like they had a first down at the 11. And up popped the yellow flag, and that's really cost Chelsea. 4 penalties in this second period. .239 left on the scoreboard clock. For those of you that are brand new to TV 15, you're looking at refurbished Manning Field. Shut it down, put a brand new track in. Turf is brand new with the lines to take care of the other sports, rugby and lacrosse. So here we go, 2nd and 17. They try to go a little razzle-dazzle, and it cost them. They lost back to the 37. They lost 8. So it's going to be 3rd and 25. They were hoping to get in and score, cut it down. Try to cut to the outside. They get just inside. Mendez gets to the 34. Picked up 3. And we'll get another timeout. Wheels turning on both sides. Defense for English, offense for Chelsea. They're not going to punt from here. You know, there's no sense giving up the ball with 1:28 left, but they do need half the distance of Western Avenue to get a first down. They're at the 34-yard line. They need the 12 for a first down. So they need 22. Looking to throw, they let it fly deep downfield. Knocked away nicely, defense. They had a man there. Defense, Andres. So Chelsea turns it over. So the penalties again cost him. Castro by himself in the backfield. Low snap. He sneaks away somehow. He went down, staying on his feet. He's still on his feet. There's a flag on the play. He's just squirming and bouncing around. There's a flag at the 44-yard line. He was stopped 3 or 4 times. We're going to play it down. Let's see what the flag is about. He was just stuck under, around, squirming through, stayed on his feet. Outstanding run. The penalty is against English. There were 2 flags on the play. So you give him to the 28. I'll shoot you the 38 for 4. You give him to the 37 for 3, and then penalize him back. He was looking to throw, trying to turn the corner. Little hesitation, got him a couple extra yards. We're in a timeout. He wiggled his way out to the 40. He picked up 13 and gave English a first down with 54 ticks left on the clock. Chelsea's having a hard time finding Castro. He's not the biggest guy in the field. He scoots around, ducks under people. Good speed to get around. Yeah, he's got English out to a 16-0 lead. And the defense has done well for English, but Chelsea's also hurt themselves with penalties. He could have maybe cut into the lead and get the ball to start the second half. But penalties again cost him. Low snap. In trouble. Hesitating. Still in trouble. Somehow he got away and didn't lose as much as he thought he was going to lose. He lost about 7 yards. Looked like he was going to lose a lot more than that. So they lost 7 yards. and they let the clock run out, that's going to be halftime. So English gets 2 in the first period, scoring on 2 of their 3 possessions. Castro doing the damage, 2 touchdowns, a conversion, and passing for a conversion. And English looking for their first win. They're halfway there. At halftime, it's English 16, Chelsea nothing. Chelsea will get the ball to start the second half. We're underway in the second half as the ball is kicked off, and Chelsea will down it at their 25-yard line. So at the 25-yard line is where Chelsea will put it in play. 16-0 English. And after a great day, high 70s, almost 80, blue skies, white clouds, it's now cooling off and the rain is coming. It's actually raining. First and 10 from the 25. Well, the Chelsea Red Devils, I believe they still are. Mendez with the keep. Got about 5. So they've gone to the same offense that English is using. Just snap, everybody go. They put it at the 31 for a pickup of 6. English had 91 yards rushing, 7 first downs. Chelsea had dead even, 24 rushing, 24 passing, 3 first downs. Second and 4 from the 31. Keeping, trying to turn the corner. Just about got back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. So it'll be 3rd and 4. Castro in that first half ran for 113 yards. Big play for Chelsea here. They go under center. They hand off, and not going to be anywhere near a first down. Arias with the carry. They get to the 34 for 3 yards. 4th and a yard for Chelsea at their 34-yard line. Will they go here? Looks like they are going to go. What's the worst that can happen if you're looking for your first win of the season? Now we're going to get a Chelsea timeout to talk about it. Just over 9 minutes left in this third period. English scored on their first possession, missed on their second. Javin Simon picked off a Chelsea pass deep in Chelsea territory, got it to the 12, and Castro ran it in from there for the second touchdown. Castro passed for the first conversion, ran for the second. We think it was Wallace that caught the pass for the conversion. So here we go. They go back under center. Quarterback sneak will get him the first down. He needed a yard, he got 2. So we put it to 36 of Chelsea. Rain is holding off. Almost looks like it stopped. There was only a few drops. I just happened to notice the drops on the window looking out. So they're going completely away from Davis. I don't know if he got hurt or they just changed up. And they've gone from one set to another. Now under center. Mendez taking off. He gets hit and dropped. I believe that was Rivera with the defensive play. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. Chelsea's eating up some clock here in this third period. This is the opening drive. This will be the 6th play of the drive. They go back under center. Faking, taking off, trying to get to the near side. He turns the corner. Nice run by Mendez. Faked the handoff. Everybody going to the far side. Mendez took off to the near side and gets a great gain. But guess what? It's another penalty on Chelsea. Every time it looks like they're doing something, it costs them. They move it back to the 25. Amounts to an 11-yard penalty from the point of the foul. So they need 20. Actually, they need 21. Off to the right side, a great play, out. Lost the football, but it goes out of bounds. English could have got it. That was Arias with the carry. He went to the far side, slipped through a hole right off tackle, got to the outside, and gets down into English territory at the English 36. 39 yards and a first down. So, longest run of the night. Chelsea was in a hole. Now they're closing in at the English 36 to go back to that. Mendez with the keep. Bangs forward. Might have got to the 31, which would be a 5-yard pickup. He just fakes the handoff and just runs the opposite way by himself. They put it to 31. He picked up 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5. And again, they're eating up this 3rd period. English hasn't touched the ball. Running to the right side, cutting it back in the middle. Arias with the carry. He's going to make it 3rd and short. As he got to the 27, he picked up 4. 3rd and a yard. When he snapped the ball, there'll be under 4 minutes left in this 3rd period. And this is the one drive. He changed to that I formation going under center, and they've been running it well. They give it straight ahead. They only needed a yard. They gave it to the up back, and that was Salmeron, his first carry, and he gets the 1st down. He made a yard. He only needed 1. So 1st and 10. And he actually got 2. No, the ball's at the 26. I thought it was at the 25. So he needed a yard. He got a yard. This would be the 10th play of the drive. They fake it. Mendez runs straight ahead. Got 2. He wasn't able to get around the corner. He had to cut it up inside, and he was able to pick up 2 yards. And the lineman, Quintanilla, has been helped up a few times. So 2nd and 8. They handed off. They broke the tackle, and they're going to give him the 20, I think. Arias with the carry again. So he picked up 4. It'll be 3rd and 4. It'll be 3rd and 5. The original line of scrimmage was the 25. And we're going another timeout. The next play for Chelsea will be the 12th play of the period. 1:24 left. English has not touched the ball. It's been the one drive. They've got English in the rushing. English has 91. Chelsea now has 90. $66 of them on this drive. they've overcome that 11-yard penalty with that big 39-yard run by Arias. But now they don't want to waste all this time and not put the ball in the end zone. 3rd and 5. They pitch it, and they throw it, and it's incomplete. They had it wide open. They pitch it to Reyes. Perez was wide open. They would have had a first down, maybe 6, because he was at the inside the 15 with room to run. Instead, now it brings up a big 4th and 5. Three wideouts, 2 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Mendez dropped the snap, steps up and tries to run forward. He's not going to be anywhere near the first down. He got to the 17. He needed the 15. He needed 5. He got 3. English will get the ball with 1:10 left in the period. Chelsea has gone over 100 yards of offense with that pass, 24 yards way back in the first half, second period. Now English will run it for the first time from their 17-yard line. Motion. Castro keeps. Started up the middle, bounce to the outside, stays on his feet, 1 man to beat. Down the sideline, skips away, slipped right through, and he's going to go for a touchdown. If that's not a backbreaker. There's a flag back at the 32-yard line. It's coming back. Another great run by Castro. He slipped through, banged around, and looked like he was going out of bounds. And he just kind of spun in the air and wound up back inbounds. From the 32. They'll mark it back to the 22. So give him 15 yards and then push him back 10 yards. Trying to run straight ahead, bouncing off a couple of people with Simon. Out to the 26, he picked up 4. So after the penalty, it'll be 2nd down and 1 from the 26. So back at the 23, they lost 3. So English gets to run 3 plays. One looked like an outstanding 83-yard run by Castro that was taken away. So English has got 107 yards rushing. Chelsea has 107 total offense, so they're dead on. They both have 107 yards of offense. English is all on the ground. 119 picked up by Castro. Chelsea's got 93 rushing, 24 passing, 5 first downs. English has it 3rd and 4. Castro rolling, lets it fly, incomplete. He had Omasifi open, but he kind of underthrew it. So Chelsea virtually runs out the 4th period. English is going to have to kick it back. English got to run 3 plays in the 3rd period. Chelsea ate up all of it, got close but couldn't get it in. And now a short kick takes a big Chelsea bounce. I'm not sure why Chelsea wants to fall on it. They went over to dive on it. I'm not sure why. You might want to tell Cruz, stay away. Big advantage for Chelsea. The kick off the side of the foot, and then it bounced back towards the English end zone. And Chelsea's going to get the ball at the 27-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 27. Castro would have gone over 200 yards if that touchdown stood up. Two wideouts to the near side, one to the far side. They go back under center. Mendez with the keep. Cuts it off tackle. Gets inside the 25. They put it to 22. They gave him 5. 2nd down and 5. He wanted to go wide again, but they cut him off. He had to cut it up inside. The 2 wideouts go to the far side this time. Keeps it, looking to bounce to the outside, not going to get there. Too many black shirts. Rivera, Simon, Ortiz, all knocking him down. He lost 4. Well, it's going to be 3rd down and 9. Obviously in 4-down territory. This is the deepest penetration for Chelsea. And they couldn't even come close to throwing a pass. They go down at about the 30-yard line. At the 29. So they lose 3 more. 4th and 12. And obviously they have to go. There'll be just about 9 minutes left when they snap the football and counting. Double wideouts to the far side, one to the near side. They pitch it back, and they're going to throw it. They throw it deep. It's caught. There's a flag. I think it's going to be interference against English. A great catch. He was getting banged around by a couple of defenders. And it was Javon Diaz making the catch. And it was Justin Reyes with the throw. So on 4th and long, they convert. And they've got the ball at the 5-yard line. They needed 12. They got 24. That's the second. They've completed 2 passes, both of them for 24 yards. And both of them were very nice catches. Mendez with the carry, trying to turn the corner, not going to get there. Mora Cruz and Rivera was playing very well defensively. They put it back at the 6. They lost a yard. English has run 4 plays in this second half. We're under 8 minutes left. Chelsea moved down the field. They ran 13 plays and came up short. This will be the 6th play of this drive. They hand it off. They drop the ball. Jordan Hernandez. Second turnover. So they get close and they turn it over. The ball's at the 13-yard line. They blow the whistle. I think it's going to be against English. Oh, they're pointing towards Chelsea. They move it out to the 18. So it'll be 1st and 5. Chelsea's going to, they're setting a record for penalties here. And all of them have hurt. Along with the turnovers, an interception turned into a touchdown. Now a fumble when they're down deep at the 5-yard line, turning the ball over. Now we giveth and we taketh away. English will now be penalized. Back to the 13, so it'll be 1st and 10. So back to 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Castro starting to the near side, stays on his feet, bangs forward. He was supposed to come to the right side. It clogged up. He went right to the middle. And he gets it to the 19. He picked up 6. So it'll be 2nd down and 4. English can shorten the game up. Chelsea's used most of their timeouts. Three wideouts, 2 to the near side from the spread. They pitch it to the outside to Simon. Steps up, stays on his feet, still on his feet. Out near the 40-yard line. Good, strong, hard run. Out across the 40. They put the ball at the 42. 23 yards and a 1st down. See the scoreboard clock just 8 seconds shy of halfway through this 4th and final period. An English player hurt. Actually, I'm sorry, it was a Chelsea player hurt further downfield. I didn't see them. Everybody milling around, everybody kneeling down. And that's the lineman that has been down after a lot of plays. He was very slow getting up. And I mentioned that in the first half, that there were several plays where he blocked, he went down, and he was slow getting up. And now they're helping him out. So we hope he'll be all right. It seems to be like he's walking on his own steam. So hopefully he's okay. So we're back, 1st and 10 for the Dogs. Castro straight ahead, then bounces it to the outside with that speed. Stays on his feet, gets into Chelsea territory for a 1st down. There's another flag right about where the tackle was. So they're going to give him to the Chelsea 46 for 12 yards. And they'll move it back to the 39. So give him 12 and then push it back 10. And it's going to be first and a long 8. Taking off, a little stutter step, gets that following Simon with a great block. Another great run. Simon leading the way. To the 38 of Chelsea. 23 yards and a first down. Castro running wild here at Main Field. He's only a sophomore. Coach Lafretta is very disappointed he's going to have him for 2 more years. They knocked him out of bounds, so the clock was stopped. He slips again, starting. They just can't find him. He's just bouncing all over the place. Started to the far side, cut it up inside, broke it to the outside, and he gets down to the 16-yard line. He picks up 22 more, 45 yards in 2 plays. He's closing in on 200 yards. These are 2 young players. We had the young classical kid run for 273 last week. And now we got Castro. And when you consider that English didn't even have a clue in the 3rd period, they didn't touch the ball except for a couple of plays. He dropped the ball, and he still made something out of nothing. He got back to the line of scrimmage. Looked like he was going to lose 5 or 6. He got back to the line of scrimmage. Now it's English shrinking the game up, looking to add to a 60-0 lead, and English is going to get their first win. It's going to be a happy bus ride back to Lynn English and a tough ride back to Chelsea. Simon has been playing great. Rivera has been great. The defense for English bent, but they didn't break. They pitch it. They cut it back up inside, staying on his feet. They just got an ankle. He was going to break it again. He's still going. Get inside the 5. Andredes. First and goal from the 4. He picked up 12. Trying to convert their second turnover. They intercepted the pass and scored. They got a fumble recovery by Jordan Hernandez. Another sophomore. So this is a young team. Castro with the keep. Cuts it up inside. Gets inside the end zone for his 3rd score. 87 yards in 8 plays. Big 23-yard run by Simon, a 23 and a 22-yard run by Castro. Now he goes 4 for the touchdown. They kick it. Andrew Evangelista. They had to go 102 with the penalties. They've gone over 200 yards. And they shrunk the game with only 3 minutes left. Kick at the 24-yard line. And we got a flag. That's going to be against English, I think. So they'll mark off yardage against the Bulldogs. English has put this one away. They're going to get their first win. It's 15 yards. They'll move it out to the 45-yard line. And that's where the Red Devils will put it in play. Just over 3 minutes. 5 ticks, over 3 minutes left in this one. The only question is, will English get a shutout? Will Chelsea be able to get on the board? Because this one is over. And we got a timeout. And I think that's the last timeout for Chelsea. So Chelsea came out. They were driving at the end of the second period. They couldn't get it home. They come out in the third period. They get it at their 25. They run 13 plays. They have it down, deep, all the way down to the 5-yard line. It was first and goal. They lost a yard on the first play, and they fumbled on the second play. They wound up eating a lot of time off the clock in this second half, especially the third period. English only ran 3 plays. And then English turns around and runs 8 plays. They throw it out to the near side. That's Diaz with another nice catch. 7 yards on the play. 2nd and 3. They let it fly. Incomplete. Good defense by Andres. He's played very well also on both sides of the ball. But a great team effort by the Bulldogs. Simon had a couple of big runs, but he also got out front blocking for Castro. Rivera was in on a lot of tackles. Cruz and Ortiz as well. The defense played well. As I said, they bent but didn't break. They come up with 2 big turnovers. They turned both turnovers into touchdowns. In trouble. Got hit and croaked, and we got a flag down as well. That was Davis back in at quarterback looking to throw the ball. Holding. Refused. They put it back at the Chelsea 45, which was the original line of scrimmage. They have to go. And they're looking to run it, and they're not going to go anywhere. Shutting that play off was Julius Mondesor. They put it back at the 45-yard line for no gain. English will get the football at the Chelsea 45 with 1:48 left. Chelsea doesn't have any more timeouts, so this one is over. Let's see if they can get Castro 14 yards rushing to get 200 yards. And they're not going to do it. They're going to take a knee. So they're just going to take a knee and let the clock run out. Chelsea can't stop it. English got going in the first period. They took the opening kickoff, went 65 yards in 7 plays. Castro went 11. Castro, we believe it was to Wallace for the extra point, made it 8-0. They missed on their second, but then Simon came up big. Javin Simon picked off a pass, took it to the 12-yard line, and then Castro ran it in for a touchdown. Castro with the conversion made it 16-0. That's where it was at halftime. Chelsea got as close as they could get. They had a long drive in the third period, eating up an awful lot of clock. And they finally turned the ball over. English only ran 3 plays in the third period. English got the ball back on a turnover again. Chelsea drove all the way down. They had a 1st and goal at the 5. They lost a yard to the 6. And then they turned the ball over on a fumble recovery by Jordan Hernandez. And then behind Simon and Castro running, they went 87 yards in 8 plays on the scoreboard. Castro got his 3rd touchdown going in from the 4. The extra point was good by Andrew Evangelista. And English got their first win of the season, 23-0, shutting out Chelsea. Castro, 186 yards. He scores 3 touchdowns, rush for a conversion, pass for a conversion, and Evangelista kicked the extra point to account for the 23 points. At English, the defense was outstanding, especially Rivera, along with Cruz and Ortiz and Mondesur, and a good team effort. Simon ran for some yardage, but he had blocking out in front for Castro, and Castro was immense, rushing for 186 yards, 3 touchdowns, a conversion, passing for a conversion, and he led the Bulldogs to their first win of the season over Chelsea. They shut out the Red Devils. The final score, Lynn English, 23, Chelsea, nothing. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm Don Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.